So I'm going live. I was going to go live earlier anyway, um, but now I'm kind of spiraling. We get a phone call. I'll wait till some people come in. I'm need need some hand moisturizer is what I need. Yeah, I'm totally completely freaking out at the moment. All right. There's a thread. Hi, everyone. I'm sorry. I look terrible. I'm not having a very good couple of weeks, I would say. Um, I just get a phone call. Hey, Shaz. Um, I just get. I'm trembling. I'm freaking trembling. I just got a phone call. It was like a robo fucking call that my kid's school was on lockdown. Um, Kids are safe. No one can leave or enter, and the police are on scene. No other news to give. Like, then what the hell is going on? What's going on? And they're totally in shelter in place. So they are in their rooms, I think, and they had to put their backpacks. So what they're saying is, or at least this is what my daughter said, that somebody might have said they had a gun or have a gun. And yeah, but they're apparently going through every child's belongings at the moment. Um, there's obviously some threat. The police are there, so obviously they're armored up. Hey Danielle, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. I needed to talk because I can't. It's not like I could go to the school. Can't even probably get down the street. I'm sure it's blocked off at the moment. Um, I just am unbelievably in shock that my kid's school is at the moment is on lockdown. I'm keeping note of what's going on here. Oh my God, this whole thread started literally, I think, about 10 minutes ago, and there's like 45 comments at the moment. Um, it, my friend is an administrator. They are fine. Been in lockdown for an hour. Oh no. So this is where people started asking, like, is there a shooter? Is there somebody who's there shooting a gun? Is there something that's going on outside? Um, yeah, I got no one to talk to but myself. So that's why I decided to go live. I'm like, oh my God, I can't even believe this. And you know what? I didn't even check. Like, I don't think anybody, I always try to make sure I don't go live when my friends are live. I really don't. Okay. Yeah. All right. I don't think so. I think I'm good. Um, yeah. So all I know is that my daughter is stuck in the girls' locker room. She's stuck with a couple of friends. They are safe. They are fine. Although she's not receiving my text, I'm not receiving hers. I'm the one who's getting robocalls. My husband's not, but he's getting the text from her. It's so weird. So my husband is like sending me any text that if Grace finds out what's going on, he can let me know. But if the school calls, like another robocall, then I'll let him know. So, yeah. Um, so there's a possible student with a gun. Obviously, they're in shelter in place. Um, they're not, they have all their book bags out at the moment and they're going through book bags. And I'm sure the police are there to help go with everything. This is messed up. Like, I don't even know. I'm like, what do I do? So I said, I'm like, what are we supposed to do from this point on? And he's like, I guess what we're doing and just inform each other when we hear something different. Yeah, but thank God. Yes, we have contact. Yes. Thank God we have contact. Yeah, because I said hey to her at first, and she said hey. So she got my first one, but she wasn't getting my messages after that, which normally go through and say delivered, which it doesn't. So that makes it, oh, because at least if it goes through and says delivered, then at least I know she has it and that she just hasn't seen it. So, yeah, so this is kind of messed up. I don't know how to, like, sitting here with my dog. Like, I don't even know what to say or do because there's nothing I can do at the moment. I'm looking terrible. Please forgive. I have like no makeup on whatsoever. I just got like out of the shower um like less than an hour ago. Um and then I get this robocall and I'm like totally freaking out. Hey Jackpot. Hey Gemma, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, no, it's so bizarre. I know that she's safe. I know that she's oh, thank you, Gemma. I look terrible right now though. I really do. Um I know all of this that she's safe and they're safe, so that I'm very very thankful for. Um but at the same time, we just don't know what the issue is at hand and they're not telling us even if we wanted to know because I wound up calling the police department. I called the police because at least they told me the Lawrence police is on the scene. Well, then shit, the Lawrence police should know what the hell's going on. Called. He's like, I'm just a dispatcher. I'm like, but they haven't told you the reason why they were called out to Lawrence? And he's like, just a dispatcher. They don't really tell us much of that. We just tell you what's going on and what they've given us. Karen, what else do I do? It's like, at least that we've had contact with our daughter, like that thankfully my husband's been able to get in contact with her. We know she's safe. We know where she is in the school. We know that it seems like they're going through all their belongings, which means what I believe, someone probably stated that somebody had a gun. That's what she thinks. um, Hey, good morning, Karen and Jackpot. Thank you guys for coming in. Yeah, no, Carla's not feeling well today. She's not. Yeah, she wasn't feeling good. Um, she had an appointment yesterday, so that's why she wasn't here yesterday. Um, but I do believe she'll be back tomorrow. I do. I do believe that she will be back. Um, I just went live only because I, I wanted to talk to somebody. Like I needed to talk to someone, and I have nobody here to talk to. Oh, I didn't check my. Okay, just making sure like I'm not hearing from other people. Um, so yeah, um, yes, there is a town Facebook page that I am looking through. Couple of my friends, as I said, as I keep literally a minute ago there was 45 comments. Now there's 62 because nobody knows what the hell to do. Okay, kids have to realize if this is the case, the danger and problem can cause them and the parents, especially knowing the parents may be unaware. What? This is playing like a game of telephone. And how do people get freaked out? Don't share news unless you get real issues going on. Don't assume. Like now people are yelling at each other for trying to figure out what the hell is going on. I'm sorry, forgive me. I don't have my glasses on at the moment. Yeah, so I'm looking through the town. Oh, thank you, Gemma. I appreciate that. Oh, okay. So somebody here has, okay. Just do as told. This is somebody sending this to their kid. They're telling us to put our bags in the hall when we are instructed, probably so dogs can sniff out or something. I like, see, people shouldn't be like, yeah. We all know something's going on. Like, we all know that there's an issue. When I taught high school, I had a kid bring 2 guns and 4 rounds of ammo to my class. Most traumatic experience of my entire career. Jesus Christ. How do you bring how do you bring a gun to school by accident? Someone said it was by accident. Like, how does a child have a gun by accident in their book bag? I don't know. I don't know. This is just beyond crazy. So yeah, I'm sitting here pretty much pretty much waiting as these kids are to find out what the hell is really actually going on. And now the one feed of the Facebook page is going crazy. People are yelling at each other now on here, like, don't just da 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 da. So, like, people need to stop spatting at each other. Everyone's just nervous and freaked out about this situation. And this is just people. Okay, hold on, hold on. Just for every Lawrence Township, just for everyone's information, the police are at the school and there is no imminent threat at this time. An active investigation is being conducted and further information will be released in the near future. So that's what we got here. That's what it is. So yeah, no, I literally came on here because I'm like, am I supposed to sit here and talk to my dog? Tell my dog like, oh my god, I'm totally freaking out. That's why I came on here because I'm just like, oh my god. Yeah, I think everyone's going to be safe, especially if what they're doing is they're doing, and that there is no threat, is what they're saying. But yeah, on this thread, everybody is freaking out, completely freaking out. Um, it's ridiculous. But yeah, unfortunately, when you don't get much information, you hear your kid's school is in shelter in place and police are on the scene, but there's no other information. Like, I'm like, how can I be okay with that? I'm like, I'm just not okay. I'm like, all right, well, if the police department's on the scene, I'm going to call the police. Call the police. Say, what's going on? They're like, oh, it's either A, they're just like, say this and this is what happens. But I don't think people expected that the Lawrence Police, I guarantee you that the Lawrence Police Department got completely flooded with calls at that moment, which I didn't think I was going to get through, but I did. And yeah, it's still the same information, but at least now we're kind of a little bit more in the know than just the robo call that came through. Um, that's crazy. This, like, oh, thank you, Karen. I'm fine now. I'm fine now. I would just like to know what the hell is going on for sure. You know, someone saying all of this is rumors. Everything is rumors at the moment, except for what I just read, which was put out by the school district or the law. I think it was from the police department. So yeah, just completely crazy. My second grader was checked at school last week. He got only one phone call saying that there was an incident. It's appalling how they don't tell the parents anything. Um, yeah, I understand that, but at the same time, like, if you panic, every single panic parent as well, we're all going to storm up there because that was like my first thing. I'm like, oh hell no, I'm about to run up there. But with my husband being able to have contact with my daughter for her to say she's fine, she's with her friends, she's in the locker room, um, and their belongings were out in the hallway. That they're not even that where they're like, we think somebody might have said this and this is why this is going on. They don't really even know per se. So everything, like I said, everything besides what I stated about the police being on the scene and that there's no threat. Aha, hold on. Hello? exactly what I just read. Here, I'm just going to wait till.
Or staff or the building. Out of an abundance of caution, students are asked to put their backpacks in the hallway, and they are being searched by the large.
Also, the prosecutor's office. I'm trying to completely not be doxing myself, but I think I've done it a couple of times. It's all right. Um, so it's a prosecutor's office is also involved in searching these backpacks as well as the police department. What? Wow. Oh my. Yes, the police have the school in lockdown. They are in shelter in place, which means they don't even leave the rooms that they're in. So my daughter is in the girls' locker room at the moment because she was getting ready to go to gym. Um, the lockdown came through right before I went live. Besides me talking back and forth with my husband, oh, I do need to call him. Wait a minute. Um, all right, so I got the call that the police department, as well as the county prosecutors, are searching the bags. No, there's not. I got that as well. Beats the shit out of me. All right. The cops are there as well. They're being helped out by them. Well, maybe there has been. If you bought the gun to school, isn't that a crime? We'll see. We'll see. All right. There's no threat. And I'm sure they're not upset about it. No, no. All right. If she texts me, just send them over my way. Like you can just like copy and send. Okay. All right. Yeah. Thanks, babe. Bye. He's like, why on earth is the prosecutor's office over at the high school? They don't belong there. I'm like, you don't know? I don't know. Yeah, better that they're being proactive than not active at all. Exactly. This could be way, 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 way worse. Absolutely way worse. Um, sounds like they got a tip and that they're being proactive. Yep. I totally agree with you, Nancy. Totally, totally agree. Yep. Um, it's just weird when you get like robocalls stating that something is such, and then you're like, I'm sorry, robocalls are just beyond creepy, aren't they? Completely. Um, yeah, I think they do, Nancy. I was just there. I'm pretty sure they do. Although I don't, uh, I don't actually remember. They have police at the front door. Like each school has an officer or two that are on the premises. Um, how and why like this got figured out and the tip came in, I have no idea. None. I'm sure this will be a completely eventful evening of talking of what. Oh, my daughter's gonna be. She loves talking. Way more than me, actually. Believe it or not, robocalls. Yeah, yeah. I knew it wasn't fake because number one, it came as potential spam, and I saw where it was coming from. And sometimes when the school does make those kind of robocalls to everybody at the same time, it will come through as potential spam because it's, I guess, being sent to a lot of people. Um, and when I see it's from a certain part of New Jersey, then I pick it up, and yeah, it's wow, it's just been crazy. Like it's at first I was like I went into sheer, you know, that panic where everything kind of goes numb, your tongue goes numb, like everything starts to tingle. Like that's kind of where I was in my panic mode. Um, and then I called my husband, and then we talked back and forth. He talked to her, she talked to him. Thankfully, we had figured this all out. And now that we know that there is no threat, which is good, and that they have the county prosecutor's office as well as the police department searching bags. So let's figure out what might happen. Well, this what I just got from that phone call. The only new information that I got from that phone call was that the county prosecutors were there as well. That's the only thing new that I got. Yeah, I totally agree, Karen. Oh my God. The tornadoes. Yes, right. I got those too. I totally got those too. And I'm like, you, and they were like telling us to shelter in place and to get to the lowest part of it. And they are the most terrifying calls because it's just like a robot. Something about like a robot voice coming over a speaker and talking to you that's just creepy. There it is. I can remember, now this is, kind of going ways back, 9/11. I was parked. I was living in PA. I was parked in a train parking lot that took you into Philly. And I had a friend who drove me home that day because we thought we were in danger. We had no idea what was going on at the time. And drove me all the way back to my train station. And we get to my train station, and there's like this robo voice of like security. I forget what it was saying, but just that we were under national security, this, that, the other thing. Everybody should get at home, blah, blah, blah. It was terrifying. That was probably, I'm like, that voice, I can still hear it. I don't remember what it was saying, but I can totally remember what the voice sounded like. But yeah, it was beyond bizarre. Those robo kind of things, I don't know, completely freaked me out. Yes. Yeah, yeah, like it's literally, I guess that's what that is, that flight or fight or flight mode that you get into where I was when I got the call. It's just that instant panic. What do I need to do? What do I got to do? I'm surprised that nobody's called me yet from like people, friends, or oh wait. Yeah, an active investigation is what they're doing. So, okay. Crazy, crazy morning. But yes, I'm very thankful that my kids' high school is being proactive and doing something than not doing anything at all. So, yeah, well, it's only 10:20 here, so the news isn't going to come through until about noon. Which means I should probably call my mom because I know she watches the news. Um, Yeah, I don't know if it hit the news. Oh, let's see. There's one, but if it's within the school and there's no danger to the kids, I don't know. Would it be on the news? I don't know. Let me see. Hmm. Yeah, no, nothing here. Yeah, nope. But oh God, like frustrating and annoying, I would say. I'm going to put you guys on this. I can read this much better than from you being at that distance. I cannot see. Like, but right now, my what was I about to say? Yeah, my I have no makeup on and things like that. And even if I get any more closer, you can see my blemishes. You can still see my blemishes from here and there. So it looks crazy. Um, yeah. So now, with that being said, I can move along. By any chance, has anybody seen or heard what's going on in the Jesse Smollett case? Oh my God. Number one, this guy decides to take the stand, which I thought was not bright. So he gave his testimony, I guess, what, 2 days ago? And everyone was like, oh, he's such a nice guy. See, he didn't do it. He's a nice guy. And then he was cross examined, I believe, yesterday and debunked apparently everything. Everything. And he got mad. He was getting nasty. He was yelling at people. Hey, Angela, good to see you. It was, I was reading a lot about it. And then he starts bringing up Don Lemon from CNN and stating how Don Lemon texted him stating the cops don't believe your story. Why is Don Lemon, even before anything happens, texting Jesse Smollett? And how does Don Lemon know that the cops didn't believe his story? If you're a CNN news reporter, I say that extremely lightly. If you are a CNN news reporter, how are you getting information and then sending it back to somebody else, which, as a journalist, I don't think you can do? There's something there that I'm sure is in conflict. Jesse has some pretty fancy friends. I know, right? And to the funny thing is, I just don't understand these CNN news reporters getting involved. Now, the Chris Cuomo, can I see him giving his brother stuff? Of course, because it's his brother. Um, but these guys who run these opinionated shows on any news station are in it for themselves and the buck. They are not in it to give you the journalistic facts. They're not. That's why they're on either CNN or Fox. You're not going to see a CNN news reporter go to Fox. It's that, or it has happened. I'm not going to say it hasn't. Hey, Texas girl. Oh, okay. So for anybody who's late to the game, good morning, Joy. Um, yeah, I got a phone call this morning. It was a robocall stating that my daughter's school was sheltered in place. The cops were on the scene, and When further information is available, we'll let you know. Well, yeah, I started to panic and everything else. Um, yeah, they're not only are they on lockdown, but they're in shelter in place. But now what happened is my husband has contact with my daughter. I'm the one who's getting the calls from the school. So my husband and I are kind of working like this, like machine where he's giving me everything that Grace is stating and I'm giving him everything the school is stating. And we're just trying to figure out, what we believe is somebody stated that they had a gun. Don't know if that was true or not. Um, but you have apparently the police and the county prosecutors on the scene checking backpacks. So that's where we are right now. What we do know for a fact is that the kids are safe and everything is fine. How the rest of this day is going to go for them, and that's what my husband was getting. He's like, "There's not." I'm like, "No, no school's going to be done today. I don't see it happening." So right now, we're just waiting for more information on what is still actually going on. The fact that somebody brought a gun to school is still a rumor. The fact that I don't believe county prosecutors and police would be there searching backpacks if they didn't have a seriously credible lead. Even if it wasn't credible, you have to take every serious lead like that seriously when it comes to school kids. Yeah, so that's what's been going on with my kids. Hey, Ems, how are you? Good to see you. I look terrible right now, everyone. I've been having a really rough week. Actually, a few weeks lately with my gastroparesis and stuff. Um, Lemon got tips probably from sources, but legalities are doing that. Exactly, Nancy Drew. Sorry to go back. Yes, Ebs, I totally agree. I just, it was the getting the robocall and basically not knowing what was going on, which was the absolutely most terrifying thing. But as we're finding out what's going on, at least I'm much more calm and cool and collected at the point. But when I started this, I didn't know a whole lot yet. I really didn't. We were finding out what we were finding out from the school. I called the police. They didn't tell me anything that the robocall didn't tell me. I called my husband. He was able to text my daughter. My daughter's not able to get text to me. I'm not able to text her. I don't know why. But yeah, so right now we're just kind of waiting to find out what's going on. That's it. So I'm pretty convinced that the kids are fine. Like, absolutely. I don't think they would lie to us about something like that. But then again, I don't know how it all goes out for people when there's a serious active something going on. I don't know how. I don't even want that type of phone call. Jesus Christ. No, 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 no. But yeah, no, I just came on here because I was panicked. I had literally no one to talk to, so I came on here so I could just spill my guts because I was so nervous and I needed to get it out. And if I didn't get it out, I would be sitting here having a conversation with myself, a complete utter conversation. Because sometimes if I don't verbally say it out loud, it's like it's got to come to my head. I don't know if you get that. But anyway, on the whole Jesse Smollett, I was talking about him. Uh, it sounded like when he was cross-examined, didn't go so well for him. And he was very hostile, agitated, and angered. And it's just crazy how this story from this guy who watches Empire about these two guys who were Trump supporters screaming, "This is MAGA country," saying horrible, terrible words that people shouldn't say. And that was the story that we got. And now the story that he's painting is that him and the one guy of the brothers had a relationship, and this was kind of like a lover's quarrel. So then why would your lover, that's what he was, dress up like a Trump supporter and say it's his MAGA country? That doesn't add up. He keeps digging and digging and digging, and he keeps lying, and it's getting worse. It's not getting better. I think he thought he had everybody schmoozed over the day before when he testified about everything. As he was cross-examined and things did not add up, he was angry. He was very, very angry. There's a school safety committee that practices that stuff often. They have a plan. Thank you, Ems. I am aware of that. It was just as a parent getting that call, it was just fear. Like, I don't have someone who works. I don't know anybody who really like works in administration or anything like that who's going to call me and necessarily tell me what was going on unless I called the school myself. At that point, the school wasn't answering. I did call the police. Police didn't have any more information. I'm sorry, I'm bouncing in between stuff. But I am grateful that they are at the school. I am grateful that I am not panicking anymore. I'm grateful that things are probably being properly handled. So I am grateful for all of that. Yeah, freaked me out. Totally freaked me out. Absolutely. Yeah, so the jurors with Jussie Smollett, I think I think they will deliberate today, and then we will know an outcome, whether he's guilty or not. Even if he's guilty, he's not going to go to jail. I mean, I don't know what people think that's going to happen, because I don't think he's going to go to jail. I mean, considering he has no previous record from this, I think the stunt he pulled, the hoax he pulled, was shitty, and it was to benefit himself. That's what I totally believe about this whole Jussie Smollett thing. But yeah, unfortunately, coming back with a completely different story than the one you had before, than the one that you gave on GMA, is biting him really hard. And see, I don't understand. I don't understand how people just lie. I mean, how many different versions of this story are there? One that the Osundaira brothers have been saying, Jussie, who's had multiple stories. And when the story doesn't pan out, he switches it. And when that doesn't pan out, he switches that. Yeah, sorry about the changing stories back and forth. I'm just trying to get back, because I have one here that my kid's school is in lockdown. So there are people who come in who are like, oh my God, what do you mean? How are you? But yes, I was talking about the whole Jussie Smollett. Jussie Smollett. I'm getting confused because everybody's called him Juicy and stuff and everywhere, all over the place. Just be honest, people. That's I think the moral of this story. Be honest. Be an honest person. Unfortunately, the truth always comes out in the end, whether you want it to or not. Oh, you meant Jussie changing stories. Okay. Well, no, I've been changing stories too, back and forth. So I'm like, I feel bad for everyone's like, what the hell are you talking about now? Oh my God. Circles under my eyes are so bad. I'm so sorry. Like, I normally put on makeup for stuff like this, but I just seriously, talk to me 2 years ago. I never did this stuff. And now I'm like on a daily routine. Like I exfoliate every day. I moisturize every day. So I'm on the moisturizing part of my day. And then I'll put some stuff up because I'm supposed to be picking up my daughter at 3:45 from play practice, but I have no idea what's going to happen. None. I don't know. I don't know if they'll just finish school regularly. I have no idea what's going to happen. Or I don't know. I guess we'll find out. We'll find out. Yes. Uh, but yeah, so that's what's been going on. I haven't been feeling good. That's really why I've not been going alive too much. I've been having a lot going on with my gastroparesis. I don't choose to share a lot of it right now, just because I'm just waiting for this surgery that I'm supposed to be getting, and I'm just having a lot of issues. But in between, I'm just hoping the surgery that I'm getting is going to help the problems that I'm having. Um, with that also being said, it's like freaking Christmas, and I'm trying to get all the Christmas stuff done as well as just trying to keep myself healthy. Yeah. Well, we just had one, thankfully, and that was just clearing up things a little bit more because everybody online was starting to lose their shit. Um, Rightfully so. I mean, this is what happens these days. One piece of news gets out, and then people start making up things or putting out rumors, and people are taking that as true. And I didn't even know what was true or not. So I was just trying to find out the truth of what happened today. But thankfully, I like Em said, they have a total procedure for this. They're doing what's right. They've obviously practiced for this. They know exactly what they're doing. I trust that. I do. I absolutely do. And I my from what my husband's saying, my daughter is seems to be completely fine. She said she's completely safe and they're just hanging out in the locker room. So, yeah, that's it. Oh, this is hold on one second. This is supposed to be the best doctor for gastroparesis. He scheduled me for this surgery, and he's literally calling me. He's like, well, maybe we should do the surgery that we're doing. We'll stretch the pylorus and stretch the esophagus. I'm like, you're doing that on the 21st. Well, good, then let's keep up with that plan. You didn't even fucking bother to look at my chart? Sorry. Oh my God. Like, this is why I get, and he's supposed to be the best doctor in the United States for this special disease, for gastroparesis. Maybe at one point. Hey, Red Rum Media. As far as, yes, they are still locked down. They are still in shelter in place, but they are fine. They are fine. They are, I don't know how long that they are going to be sheltered in place, but they have their backpacks in the hallways. So every backpack is going to be checked by the police department as well as the prosecuting office of the county. Why that? I don't know, but that's what's going on. That's what I heard. Grace said she heard somebody, what they think is that somebody talked about bringing a gun into school. If that was so the case, I'm not sure if necessarily the prosecuting office from Mercer County would be there. So like I said, I don't know what the reason is, but they are safe. There is no danger. And that's what we're dealing with at the moment. And then I have my moronic doctor who calls me and doesn't even bother to look at my chart to even know what he's already ordered for me. Sorry. A lot of frustration today. Woo, a lot of it. And I didn't get to talk to the therapist this week, so you're all getting it. I'm shoving it all on you guys. Sorry. It's going to be good, Angela, but I appreciate that. Yeah. I'm just, my surgery is the 21st of December. I know I kept saying the 22nd. I got the date wrong. It's the 21st. And he calls me. I was told to call you back. It's Wednesday. That was Monday. He's calling me back and didn't even know I was in the emergency room. And then he's like, oh, well, let's do this surgery. Oh, we already have that planned. Oh, all right, well, then let's keep it scheduled. I'm like, you're not even looking at the chart. Like, unreal. Stressful. That's all. Stressful that I'm stressing I feel like I should be able to freaking, like, maybe I can de-stress myself shortly. No, I can't. Just thought about that. I got to pick her up from school. So whoever knows, whatever time they get done with all this stuff that's going on. But been chatting your ear off, guys, for like 50 minutes. I'm sure you guys are like, go the hell away. Yeah, no, I just I wanted to come live. I've been wanting to come live, but I was like, I wanted to get all my Johnny Depp information down. I had my Jussie Smollett information down. I wanted to talk about Alec Baldwin as well. Like, these are the two things, and I'm like, damn it, I didn't look at the two things. At least we could talk about Jussie real quick. But yeah, no, I think Alec Baldwin really made a big mistake by doing his interview. Huge mistake. He was told, now, I would think by his team, if he was going to do an interview with George Stephanopoulos, he would have consulted his lawyers about it. Now, the fact of the matter is his lawyers had told him to lay low. Alec Baldwin doesn't know how to do that. He does not know how to lay low. Not at all. Um, I do believe the man is extremely remorseful. I do not believe he ever intended to hurt her or anybody for that matter. But there's a lot of things that are being said that happened on that set that he isn't talking about, of that Russ set. Um, in the interview, and I did watch it that night. In the interview, he said, is this the worst thing that?" Yes, like he couldn't have jumped closer by saying, "Yes, this is the worst thing that had happened to him." What about well, and he does talk about the family, but I mean, yeah. I guess if you accidentally shoot somebody, it's got to be the worst thing that ever happened to you because you never meant for something like that to happen. I don't believe he intentionally did it. But it was there negligence? Yes, I do believe there was negligence, which does that make it what do you call it? Oh God, I'm losing my brain. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm supposed to have a procedure next week. They were supposed to call a compound in and they haven't answered emails or text. Oh my God, Joy Lang, I get that all the time. All the time. Like, yeah, I'm supposed to do this. You want me to do this and I don't have the proper stuff. Only with his office though. Like most of the other doctors that I have are freaking are thorough. This guy is the worst. And I totally believe he's the worst. People don't like Alec. Right. I am not a fan of Alec Baldwin, but I do not believe he intentionally did that. I do believe he is physically and totally shaken up and upset, but I do believe there was negligence. And that could get him in some trouble. And no, he never looked at the gun. And there is, I mean, you've heard actors talk about it who deal with, like, whether it was Angelina Jolie or George Clooney or anybody of the actors who had talked out about checking guns. Will Smith was also one. Never, never, never point the gun at anybody and even pretend to shoot without looking in the gun and checking the gun for yourself. So is Alex so old school that he didn't think he might need some of those classes? Maybe. I don't know how that stuff works in Hollywood. I'm not in Hollywood. Thank God. Thank God. I wouldn't want to be. No way. We'll probably get involuntary manslaughter. I totally agree with you. And I'm not even sure he's going to get that. Everyone know to check gun even if someone says cold. Exactly. Even Will Smith had come out saying that. He's like, no way, you check the gun yourself. You don't depend on somebody else's word whether or not something's done right. You got to check yourself. Absolutely. I that's what I think he'll get, or what he definitely deserves to get. Considering there are protective measures and he didn't do them. I've looked up videos, honestly, if you can involuntarily, by holding it and pointing it, shoot the gun by just holding the hammer, and it's impossible with the type of gun he used. Then that's the question, though. Then why the woman who called 911 that night was saying that he was playing Russian roulette? That's a good question. There's a lot of questions behind this. Bullets on the set. Joy, I totally, like, with that, from what I heard, now he's stating, I'd stated this before where he said she was my friend. She was my friend. He'd only met her the day before, which came out on the day of that interview. Then she's not your friend. It's not someone you meet in a day as your friend. So wrong wording. He apparently met with the armor person, I think, that day on set. I'm not real sure about a lot of the stuff. And I wasn't real quick to judge him or charge him or anything, but the investigation needs to be concluded. And I don't think it is. And he shouldn't be talking, I don't think, before this investigation is concluded, because it's not. And there's a lot of people who are saying other things than what Alec is saying. Whether they're true or not, I don't know. It takes 30 pounds of pressure and you get recoil and loud as hell. See, yeah, like my husband likes to go target shooting, and he likes to go to the ranges and stuff like that. And he's like, I'm like, that is not my thing. I do not belong anywhere. I believe I don't belong anywhere near a gun. I am on medical marijuana. I am on medication. I do not believe I should be handling any kind of firearm. So I've said him absolutely, and there's nothing to say that I couldn't. I just think for me, I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable with that at all. I've never been comfortable with a gun, period. And I have such a bad back, the thought of a recoil. And see, I am afraid of loud noises. So the whole thing about a gun turns me off completely. There's nothing about it I find interesting. I just don't. And if my husband can figure it out, that's great. It's just not for me. It's not for me. Just not my thing. I don't trust myself. Not that I don't trust myself. Yeah, I don't trust myself that I wouldn't accidentally do something if the opportunity was to show itself in the wrong. I don't know. And that's why I wouldn't do that. That's just my thing of having a gun in my house for myself. I just don't think it's for me. But like I said, if I wasn't under medication and I wasn't doing all this other stuff, then yeah, I would totally be up to learning how to shoot. I still don't think I would own one myself, but with my back and everything else, it's just not something like. That's it. I always said that to my husband. A, you know how I am with loud noises, and B, the recoil. Just the thought of the recoil hurts my back. Hurts my back. Hey, Remy, how are you? See, I see you here. Okay, there you are. 3+, I work in the schools. Stay strong. Oh, thanks, Remy. I know they're safe. And my husband and I are in communication. He knows when they call, if something happened that comes to with Grace, he's going to let me know. So with those two things, I know we're going to be okay. So we're good. Thanks, Remy. But yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to run. I have to make one errand today at least. And I got to put makeup on. If I go out like this, I'm going to scare the world. But Joy, my husband made sure I knew how to handle a gun because sometimes he worked long days. Yeah. Then my son bought me the revolver because I am alone. Yeah. If that was the case and I was alone, I think maybe I would learn. But even with that being said, with my medication, I am slightly worrisome of that. And not that any of the medications that I have that a doctor prescribes for me would do it, but medical marijuana, I'm not going to play around with that stuff because I don't think that's the right thing for me. But that's just me. That's just my choice. But thanks, everybody, for coming in. Thanks for letting me talk your ear off. Thanks for being there and listening to what I had to say. Because when I first started this off, I was not feeling this okay. I was feeling quite nervous and not knowing what to do and not knowing how this was going to handle. But as we've talked, I feel a lot better. So thanks, everyone. It's been an hour. It's almost 11 o'clock. I got to go at least run 2 errands, I think. 2. If I can only make the one, I can only make the one. I haven't, like I said, I haven't been doing well. And it's just been rough. It's just been rough on my health lately. So thank you. Thank you for being here, listening to me when I was like, Crazy. Okay. Bye, everyone. And I'm going to get my shit together with the Amber Heard, Johnny Depp stuff to give you guys like a really good update on what's really going on. I mean, I have been following it. And if there's more information on Alec Baldwin, like I definitely want to get a little bit more in depth with that, because there's just a lot going on with that story. A lot of he said, she said, a lot of responsibility, and like the whole Astro World, that stuff still. All right, everyone. Bye, Mr. Shannon Knight. Of course, you come in to say goodbye, didn't say hello. Bye, Karen. Thank you. Bye, Joy. Bye, Remy. Bye, Ems, and everybody who came in. Thank you so much. Karen, everybody. I'm not Joy. I think I said everybody's name. I'm not. I know Angela and Nancy and everybody who came in. The Sixth Sense and Jackpot. Thank you guys. And Gemma. Gemma's always great. Thank you guys. I do. I appreciate you guys. If I didn't, I wouldn't. I swear to you, I wouldn't come back here. But I just enjoy having you guys around and to talk to and enjoy conversations, even when it's better conversations than this. But I was just freaked out and I just needed something to do with my time. All right. With that being said, happy hump day. And I shall see you all real soon. Bye.